Because, I mean,
What was y'all fighting about?
Ryan's playing golf. Where's our little good playing golf? I haven't been about a year. I'm ready to take the game.
All right, let's call this meeting to order, please. Everyone good to stand and say the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, we read the agenda, comments from the public, roll call, discussion of corrections of March 12, 2026 regular meeting and March 12, 2026 budget meeting, treasurer's report, comments from elected officials, old business, there is none, new business, prosecuting attorney Devin Holder, personnel policy, sick days, number 2, resolution, public safety, telecommunicators, comp time, and adjourn. Is there any comments from the public at this time? If not, we'll move on to roll call, please.
Eric Bass,
Yes.
Justice Brown,
Here.
Justice Hibbert,
Here.
Justice Cosby,
Here.
Justice Blevins,
Here.
Justice Nelson,
Here.
Justice Sharp, Justice Statler,
Here.
Justice Henderson. Here.
Next is discussion or corrections of March 12, 2026 meeting, regular meeting, and March 12, 2026 budget meeting. Any comments, corrections, concerns?
I'd make a motion to adopt.
Have a motion from Justice Sharp to adopt. No, second. And a second from Justice Brown. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next is treasurer's report.
Good evening. Been given a copy of the financial report for the March 2026 financial operations. On the front page there, you have a total of funds under management, $6,417,027.57. There's a list at the bottom of various reports that are attached to this. On page 2, our total 2026 budget appropriation is $13,172,818.09. The 2026 budget at the end of March has a remaining balance of 83.16%. The normal at this time would be 75%. You have 6 represented funds there, county general, 72.42% remaining, road, 79.13% remaining, county library, 80.42% remaining, solid waste, 26%, law enforcement center, 78.23%, and E911, 75.21%. Projected revenue for 2026, $20,055,392.56. You have projected revenue through March, and you have several represented funds there with the actual, the projected, and the difference. The only one showing below is Law Enforcement Center, and I analyzed what was going on with it, and it's still the actual revenues received for holding state prisoners is less than what we have projected for that fund. You can tell it's getting a little better, but it's still not where, we're used to projecting more money than that for coming in for holding state prisoners. On the third page, I've included a letter from Farmers and Merchants Bank. By the way, my office, we have received the audit for 2024. No findings for our office for 2024. And we've already begun the audit for 2025. So this issue came up when we started reviewing bank statements with the auditor. There are 3 different checking accounts of Farmers and Merchants that we have been pulling bank statements on from online banking each and every month. And those three, they've had zero in them, they've had zero in them forever, but they were still open, we were pulling bank statements on them. And we were including them on the front page. The front page has 3 less bank accounts now than it used to have on it. This letter, the bank wrote this letter to the auditor as an explanation for we went to start trying to pull bank statements recently and we couldn't. These 3 accounts had disappeared off of our online banking. So we're asking the bank, what's going on? It's not like we have missing money, there's no money in them, but what happened to the 3 accounts? And initially they came back and said, well, the accounts have been closed. So we asked for who requested that those accounts be closed. I didn't request it. Nobody from the county has requested it. The bank apparently says they just closed them after a period of time with no money in them. And you can see the dates. They show one of them was closed back in July of 22. And we still pull bank statements for 22. Sherry did for 22. We did for 23. We did for 24. And up to the end of 25. Bank statements that you would have thought told you that accounts there, but no money in it. But the bank says they're, and the answer for their answer for why this has come about now is they changed systems. And their new system, when they rolled over, didn't carry those 3 accounts because they were supposed to be closed. So they wrote this letter. This is what the auditor said he'd like to have, showing why the accounts were closed and why there was nothing going forward with the accounts. And so I'm putting a copy of the letter in there for your information and record as well.
This deal of these 3 accounts are labeled, what they used for?
One was the Brad Roof account, one was the new health department account. I don't remember what the other one was. The only one of those that I've used at all since I've been in office was the Brad Roof. We had some money come in on Brad Roof in 23, and we spent it and everything, and the account's been empty since then. Oh, I might be able to. They're still on the back page of your report. The new jail expansion we still have, we use it. The new health department, the hospital grant, and the Brad Roof grant, the 3 at the bottom. On the very last page, it's turned sideways in your report.
The 911,
Yes, sir.
what, I mean, 34.27%. What that entail?
Tell me where we're at. Sorry.
Second page. Solid waste. Solid waste and E911.
Okay.
Those 2 things stick out a little bit.
Well, E911 is at 75.21, which is right on 75% at this time. You know, they're just right on budget. And we're actually, on E911, we're doing better than projected on revenues down at the bottom of that page. So E911 is doing better there. That top part of the page is expenditures, money being spent. The bottom is money coming in, revenue coming in. I have, since January 1st, through the end of March, I have transferred $250,000 twice out of our checking, our higher interest checking at Riverbank, over to our farmers and merchants to cover expenditures.
We're getting a better rate. We're getting a better rate.
No, I didn't move it to get better rate. I moved it because we had spent it.
Okay.
I had to move it to farmers and merchants to cover expenditures. every payroll that comes through every 2 weeks is, when we talk about the payroll checks and when we talk about the acres and the federal income taxes, runs about to the tune of somewhere between $160,000 and $165,000 every 2 weeks. Today, there was a check for $100,000 for the elevator that came out of the ARPA money fund. But remember that all of our money is together. So even though that came out of the ARPA fund, I have to cover the money, so I'm not sitting there saying everybody's spending everything. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that I've had to move $500,000 in order to cover our ordinary operating expenses.
Questions?
Make a motion,
Have a motion from Justice Stadler to adopt, and a second from Justice Williams. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next is comments from elected officials. Brenda, do you have anything?
It's good. No, everything's going great. Of course, elevator construction's been a little,
It's pretty rough today.
it was a little rough today, but we're making it, of course. So, but, what we may do after, they get the frame up to see how much space we're left with, I may ask y'all to come by to see if we could possibly incorporate, because we're not gonna be able to have a desk in there for the personal property, they're gonna work the counter. So I would ask that maybe y'all stop by and just see about us possibly looking at building a custom cabinetry to match what we have on the counter, what's salvageable, kind of on the back part. I don't think it would be a whole lot just to have space to be able to work. Yeah,
how much you paying?
I honestly don't know.
I think it's something that'll have to be done, or even possibly look at rearranging some of the office space and maybe the hallway.
That's why, that's tentative, because until walls are up and things are done, it's really, don't know.
As Dennis mentioned, that he covered, he paid the $100,000 out of the ARPA funds. That was the last, or that was all that we appropriated for the elevator out of the ARPA funds. So the next one, if we don't get the grants, we'll have to.
Did you turn those into our letters?
Sure did. Yeah, we had them to write letters for us, and our senators were working over the sale, letters of support. I was hopeful we would get them. Not heard of them.
I've been asked to make a couple of announcements, just real brief. We're having our spring fish fry at the fire department, April 25th. Like everyone come out if you can, it's $15. Basically, get it, all you want to eat. The men fry the fish, it comes from Fred's Catfish, and the fish comes from Fred's Catfish and Manor. And all the ladies make the pies and the beans and the slaw and everything else. So they won't let me cook, they just let me start. I'm best cooking that. But we have a live music starting at 3:30. It's called Band, which features Lauren Gray, TV, so we're lucky to have her. When you're off, you can pull string with this kid. Dr. Ray's in the heart of really off. I'm going to find out. But the music starts at 3:30. Starts at 8, ends around 2. At 8 o'clock.